ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome back to Farming Simulator 19 with me, where I have just returned to the farm for the evening, carrying on from the last episode where I did the sugar beet contract on field 13. I said there was a few contract jobs I was going to do, fertiliser jobs. I've been round and done those. A few more popped up, so I've done those as well. And I'm now ready to cash in and collect. So, complete. Only one contract left, transport job. Which I'm not interested in doing because I don't move pallets for anybody. Bought vehicles. So we spent £206,600 today on new vehicles. We also have leased some vehicles. We sold some wood. Sold some more trees. We got £34,104 from harvesting, and that was from contract work. And we made £407,376 from contracts, which is a pretty impressive figure. And we've spent £1,155 on wages and £13,108 on, I think, things like fertiliser and that sort of stuff. Maintenance-wise, our sprayer is going to need repairing pretty soon. It's at 49%. Our harvester's also starting to look a bit battered. That's something to keep an eye on. Crop prices are fluctuating. I'll look at those more in the morning time. So yeah, pretty much everywhere is planted up. So obviously it's 7:30 in the evening. I'm going to go and have a night's sleep in the house. And then I'll be back, hopefully, harvest our 4 fields and sell our crops. And then we can look at buying some more equipment. We have got £604,199 in the kitty right now, which is good because, like I said in the last video, we do need to buy some equipment. I need a new trailer because I sold my tippy truck. I don't think I'm quite ready to fork out for the big beast, the Distinction, that we hired for the sugar beet job. But I do want something that's got a good capacity for unloading my harvesters and carrying my crops around. And then obviously we need to look at getting a plough, maybe a standalone cultivator, just so we can do some... we could have a couple of multiple jobs on the go at the same time. I will need another tractor then, and I'm sorry if I keep coughing and making noises. I've got a real bad sore throat coming and a bit of a cold, and it's just starting to affect me when I start talking. It's been fine the last few minutes or so while I've been doing the contract talk, but as soon as I sit down to then start recording and do the jobs, it starts acting up and I find myself unable to talk properly. So I'm going to fast forward through the day to 6:30 in the morning. Jobs are good, and it's still a bit cloudy, but sun's going to come out later on apparently, looking at the forecast. Where are we up to with our fields? 1 and 2 are ready to harvest. 5's coming along slowly. Field 3's ready to harvest. That's the potato harvest. As soon as that's done, I really want to buy that field. Keep my eyes on that. Right. I'm going to use the Distinction. I said I was going to use the Distinction, didn't I, today? I wasn't going to worry about buying a tippy trailer right this sort of moment. Because we've still got the distinction on lease, so I'm going to use that to get rid of all my crop. Get it all sold today. See where we are. Right, fold that up. Now, I did plant the same crop on fields 1 and 2. And the same crop on 4 and 5. What crop have we got here? This is canola, which I can't get straw from. But I will get straw from the wheat, and then I've got my loading wagon now, so I probably ought to have chopped down that tree as well. I chopped down some trees in episode 15, I think it was. Because I got the fertilizer sprayer, kept catching the fertilizer sprayer on it, so I decided and this should be relatively quick because I could just literally sprint across both fields. So we shouldn't take too long to harvest this, and then like I say, we've got the distinction. He can carry, I mean, I'm never going to fill it. I would imagine the distinction would get maybe just one of its compartments full with one of these, with the canola. Each compartment holds 80,000 litres, so I should be able to get the canola in one compartment of the distinction, and then the wheat off fields 4 and 5 should go nicely in the other one, and then I can take them and sell them. Then I've got to pay attention to which tipping point I've got selected. I don't want to tip the wrong crop at the wrong sell point. And that would be a face palm and a half, wouldn't it? Yeah. I don't want to look at the map just yet and see if these fields need ploughing yet. I'm hoping they don't, but they could do, possibly, maybe. Can't remember how many harvests we've had off this field now. Off these two fields, in which case I will have to buy my plough, tractor. I did think I mentioned in one of the last episodes that the a modder has managed to fix the subsoilers. He's fixed the subsoilers, so they now actually do not just, you know, render your field ploughed, but it actually looks like it's been ploughed, and they can actually be used to create fields. So I could buy a little 4-metre subsoiler, which would be very useful for connecting my fields together and doing some reshaping of my fields. But I would still, I think, want a big plough for doing the actual full ploughing, because a 4-metre plough would take a long time to plough all the fields. I want to get something with a good, decent working width. The best one I've seen is probably the 8-metre one. The Culti Plough thing. Culti Plough Platinum, that's probably what I'll go for. I don't like the normal traditional ploughs because I don't like the way they sort of stagger. They make it really difficult to judge where you're putting them down, especially if you're trying to use those to create fields, because they're not. I like a plough to have a straight edge, so you get a nice clean finish on your fields. And again, also with the staggered ploughs, if you hand them over to an AI worker, they just seem to have a nightmare with them. They end up missing so much of your field and getting tied up and snarled up with them that it's just not practical. So, a good plough is on the shopping list. Hopefully we can get some good crop, good harvest today. If I can get a full load in the distinction, we will be happy. 180,000 litres of whatever crop or crops would really do my bank balance the world of good. I would imagine it would put us on. We could easily make over 100,000 today. Easy. From just doing this. Give me just over 700,000, and then if I need to borrow any from the bank as well, just to get the last few bits of equipment, we can do. I want to keep my eye on field 3. As soon as he's harvested field 3, buy it. I want to buy it. Same with field 6. So I'm going to need those for my future expansion plans. If I could add field 3 and field 6 within either by the end of this video or certainly the next one, I'll be quite happy, because we'll have 2 more fields then. Well, 1 more field, because obviously I will join field 6 to field 4 and 5 to make a super field. And then I can put on my super field, I can use my super field to alternate between canola and soybeans, which seem to be the best crops price wise on this map. And then I can use fields 1, 2 and 3 for doing wheat, barley, that sort of thing. Stuff that gets me, that I can then get straw from. Get that loaded up in the loading wagon, get that sold to the ranch. Haven't thought about balings yet. A baler for doing bales of straw, bales of grass, bales of hay. I think you make more money from selling bales, definitely, but you've got to be able to store them, you've got to be able to transport them. And at the moment, the 2 auto-loading trailers that we have in the game via the mod hub that Giants have released, I think they can only carry 16, I think it's 16 square bales and 8 round bales, so it makes it a bit tricky because you're having to make hundreds of journeys. As soon as someone makes a good auto-loading flatbed trailer that you can get, like 54 bales on, square bales at a time, or 60 square bales or whatever it is, whatever it was in FS17, then that'll be perfect. That'll be the time to start worrying about baling. Until we get auto-loading trailers, I'm going to stick to just doing loose straw, grass, hay, etc. It still pays, what did we get? What was it, 16 grand, was it? For the full loading wagon of grass? So it, over time, it does pay for itself. Pay off nicely. 35,000 litres. Oh. Sometimes I forget to drop down the header. I lift it up so I could turn around a bit quicker, and then it doesn't quite drop down fast enough. And get this harvested. That'll be the canola. I'm not sure how much I've got in the silo. We might be able to get, like I say, hopefully 80,000 litres of canola. Hope I've got enough in the silo to make that, to make it up. And then that's one compartment full in the distinction. And then hopefully do the same with the wheat. And we'll have we'll make one trip to a sell point and make quite a lot of money. Depending on what sell point is going to offer the best. Right, the best average price for both crops. But ideally I wouldn't want to go to 2 sell points, although it wouldn't be too much hardship. Done very well. I love the fact that my fields are... A lot of the farmers at the minute seem to be doing like root crops and stuff, which is a bit, like I say, a lot of people going for like potatoes and sugar beets and that, which is going to slow me down, because obviously I'm not going to want to do those harvest jobs. After the last video that took 3 hours to record, and then I've had to edit it down, and I still wasn't able to get it really short. It was over an hour after editing, and it's like, yeah, sugar beets and stuff, potatoes, there's something I might consider harvesting and planting myself, but I would need small fields. I would need fields like maybe field 11 at the top of this field, maybe field 12, something that you can do in relatively few numbers of passes. Notice it's a bit slower going back this way, is it because it's uphill? Combine doesn't like travelling in this direction. Or is it because the maintenance is just is affecting it? In fact, it needs a bit of a repair and a service, because it's had some use. We have used it quite a lot, because obviously I've done harvest contracts with it, been doing my batch harvesting with it when we've had a lot of harvest contracts. But I think it might just be the change in the elevation. It looks like it just got just a bit of crop. I can sort that, I can get that quick. Problem. We need to be on this side anyway for the pipe, for the distinction. Oh, just left that up. Pipe out. Switch off. Try and find. There it is. Not too far away. I remember leaving it near the silo. I might have to move the vent though out of the way in a second. No, we don't, because we're filling up from there, aren't we? The fence not in the way, but the fence there to remind me I need to buy a new trailer. Because I sold it midway through the last episode, and then at the end of the episode I forgot I'd sold it when I was trying to get every last bit of that sugar beet collected and gathered up to take to the bakery so we could get the, you know, the full bonus for doing the job. And lo and behold, I forgot I'd sold the trailer. You're going under here. Don't need to keep that running because obviously it's leased, so the more time it's running, the more working hours it clocks up, the more money it'll cost us. Alright, let's have a quick look. Doesn't need ploughing. Nor does it need lime. That's good. Well, I'm tempted to get that seeded up again. Field 5 is now ready to harvest. Look, so it's grown in. Off for a second. On my fent. Get him on the seeder straight away. We can start having him reseed field 1. And then we'll shift him over to field 2. Okay, let's move him. What do we want to grow? That's the thing. What's going to be good to put on these 2 fields? Soybeans, I think. We haven't currently got any of those planted. We've just done canola. So we want to have a bit of a break from canola, don't we? Again, I'm going to get him working long ways on. As best I can. Right, he's working, or she's working, I think it's a she. He is working. Good. Right, I want to make sure then. Right, we've got the swath. I want, raw. This time. Because this will make us extra money. Get the loading wagon on that. Get that picked up. The only downside is how much straw it leaves over on yonder. It starts getting a bit carried away. It does with the straw. Because it'll make it difficult for me to pick it up with the loading wagon, won't it? Because otherwise the tractor will be driving into the trees. If you just go a bit more slowly, we can start getting the straw put down a bit earlier. I'm going to use the cruise control to keep the speed a little bit slower so we can get the swath put down. Well, get all the straw put down. Again, it won't be a problem once I've connected the fields together, because obviously I'm going to put a bit more of a headland on, like I've already tried to do. Didn't hire a helper, did I? Well, is that the cedar guy already finished? I wouldn't have thought the cedar guy would have finished already. No, he's still working. That into me game. I'm using cruise control for the harvester, so I ain't got a worker assigned to him. Yeah, I would like matey to do his harvesting on field 3. It doesn't look like he's feeling the froggy enough to jump and do it. Head back up here. Could get a really good amount of straw here as well, which should bump our profits up for this harvest. We'll have the wheat and we'll have the straw to sell. Good. But I might not be able to, I might have to buy a tractor before we do the before we gather the straw, because I do need something that can pull that loading wagon. Need something with a good bit of horsepower. Again, based on what cultivators, ploughs, etc. that we buy, potentially going to need something with quite a lot of horsepower. Big, certainly in the 400 range, 400 horsepower range. Most definitely. Then we've got a bit of wiggle room then with the equipment. And we may have reached the point where the Fiat, as much as I like the little machine, and I think it's kind of a unique little tractor, pretty old school, it might have reached its end of its useful life. Because about the only thing it's going to be able to pull about is the fertilizer. Maybe isn't a bad thing. On my farm, it would be no good on contract work because it's too slow. It's 15 mile an hour top speed is too slow for travelling about. So I don't know whether to keep it or not. People will have to let me know in the comment section whether they want me to keep the Fiat or sell it and put the money towards something beefy, because we're starting to get to the stage now where we're getting fields and we need bigger equipment to speed up the turnaround time on our fields and get stuff sowed, planted and growing again a lot more quickly. A quick look at the prices. Where's canola? Canola is selling best at the minute. Well, it is at the harbour, but that is falling. And wheat is best at the harbour. So ideally, I would like the canola price not to bomb at the harbour. Then I could take both deliveries to the harbour. One drop. Happy days. Me a happy farmer. I think I've got just enough capacity in this harvester to get these two fields in one go as well. Means I should be able to harvest it all, empty it once, and we're done. Now I'm not immediately going to reseed 4 and 5 like I am doing fields 1 and 2, for the simple reason I want to see what happens with field 6 over there. If that farmer does harvest field 6 and I'm able to buy it, then I want to merge the fields together before I do the whole I want to merge them together before I reseed them and start planning my next crop, which I think if I get fields 4, 5 and 6, I would be tempted maybe to do a big sunflower run. Especially depending on what state the fields are in, whether they, how much, you know, whether it, I mean, I assume after Matey's had sugar beets or potatoes or whatever on that field, it's going to need ploughing. So my yield will be slightly down on the field 6 portion. It might even need liming, but ideally I would want to do the field all at the same time. I wouldn't want to do like just plough field 6 and not, because then it'll end up all out of sync later on down the line. So I'd probably do a harvest again off field off the combined field, and then I would look at making sure it's properly ploughed. Limed and everything. Field helper G is blocked by an object. I'm assuming he's blocked by the distinction. Possibly. He's probably obstructed by the truck. As I'll be moving the truck in a moment anyway. Just sit there for a minute. Although it looks like he's carried on a bit. Hey, ain't that's a tree, isn't it? Yeah, it's a bush. I wonder how much straw we'll get off these 2 fields. Yeah, he is, look, he's blocked by the distinction. Okay. Just need to do the last little bit back up here. Job done. Park him somewhere where we can get the tractor under him. I'll probably borrow Matey's field for the time being. Field 3. Borrowing your field now, sir. Wipe out, engine off. He's now finished that field. He can't load in the front because we've got canola in the front. I think. He'll be able to load in the back though. Yes! This is ideal, this is what we wanted. Right, quickly find Mr. Fent. So we'll we'll get him seeding that quickly. Right, we'll go top these up then. We'll go and make up the full 160,000 litres. And then we'll head to harbour. Yeah. We'll head to the harbour. It's giving us the best canola price by a long, long way. So even though it's only making a little bit more on the wheat, it's also the easiest tip point for me to sell to. Top the wheat up, and then that'll be it. Big full harvest load. Covers on. Go and sell this. See how much we get. Start placing your bets in the comment section below on how much money we're going to get from 160,000 litres of crop sales. From our combined wheat and canola. Should be good. Off a little bit for this bend because we've got to go over the railway line too, and I do not want to tip the truck over because you will not get it put back the right way up. It will be too heavy unless you've got some massive tractor with a massive loader on it. Please, we didn't have to go all the way to like the transport company to sell this stuff as well. Wow, the brakes on this thing aren't all that hot. $150,000. Got for the canola. How much are we going to get for the wheat? 82,000. Not bad. Not bad. That's like 230,000 for those two crops. That buys us some equipment. And we've still got the straw to harvest. So I was going to completely empty my silos, but I'm not seeing the need to now, because we've made a good bit of money out of those four fields. 230,000. Obviously I'm going to spend most of it now, though, on the... Probably need to actually return this, because it'll be a while before we need it again. And it is only leased. But enabled us to do a job. Didn't it? Return that. Return that. Big Bud! The big buds are in the game! Now that, they would definitely cure my horsepower needs. Definitely wouldn't have any horsepower problems with those. Just knowing what kind of trailer to go for in this early stage. Something like that. The Agroliner is okay. It will fit on the back of the tractor, which is good. 60,000 litres, it means it can empty my harvester. Right, he's busy working. Not going to need him for the moment. Fold him up, put him away. Matey still hasn't harvested his flipping fields. Well, I'm just waiting for this guy to harvest field 3 so I can buy it. Because I don't like the idea of buying a field and stealing the crop off it. You know, part of the field flipping mechanic. I've mentioned that in a previous video. I don't want to be doing any field flipping, and I don't agree with buying a field that's ready to be harvested. Me, it just seems cheaty. And if you haven't done any work on the field, you haven't ploughed it, cultivated it, fertilised it, whatever, you shouldn't get to make any money off it when you own it, until you do work it. It's the shop, really, don't we? Because, as I say, we need a tippy truck, we need a tractor, oddwise a medium tractor would be a JCB fast track. That, I do like the JCBs, because again, I worked for a company that twin wheels on it. Ho, ho, ho. That made the hydraulic control valves. I worked for a company that makes the hydraulic control valves for JCB. So yeah, all the stuff that's sort of in there somewhere, connected to the levers in the cab. That's 396 horsepower. Oh, we're looking at maybe something a bit larger. Another fast track, the big fast track this time. Get up to 517 horsepower on that, which would definitely pull anything we throw at it. Got a little stayer as well, which can go up to 449. Have wide tyres and wheel weights. Have twin wheels. Full cultivator. Just twins on the rear. 220,000. That's not bad. Because I'm thinking cultivators, we probably want... we probably want the Amazon at 8 meters, 400 horsepower. And we probably want a... like I say, the subsoilers, they've been fixed, so we can have any of these. And they do ploughing. I like the idea of the Culti Plough Platinum 8. As a plough. Much else we need at this moment. So we'll stick with the Fendt for a second while I just try to figure out in my head what it is we're going to buy. But we do need to get something, because obviously I need that loading wagon in action fairly quickly. I also thought about getting another seeder, didn't I? As well. To try and get into the... because as we got more fields, we're going to need to be able to work more than one at a time. I've turned off the needs lime. Turn off the weed thing. So 7 and 8 would need lime before we could work them. Field 6 is still growing, so I'm not going to be buying Field 6 today then, because it's not finished growing. Okay, that's not good then. And I also don't know why the game keeps defaulting to turning off grass. So our grass field hasn't regrown yet. I wouldn't expect it to have. So yeah, we need to buy some equipment. So let's go down to the shop. Because I do believe, and I'm pretty sure I've seen. I don't know whether it apply. I don't know if it applies to buying vehicles, but certainly when you're selling vehicles, you get more money if you take the vehicle to the shop and sell it than if you just go in the menu and sell it. I don't know if that's the same when buying it, whether if you actually go to the shop and buy it, you get a slightly better price. I doubt that. Doubt that's the case. It would be nice. Park out the way. I'm going to go down here, block your fire exit. Right, let's go in, do some shopping. Right, we want a tractor. It's not going to be a large tractor. Case Optimum. I like that little stayer. Him. I do like the big buds as well, but already got a Fendt. I don't really want another one. I mean, the big buds, they're for later. Let's get one of these boys. Same colour. Make it. Ooh. Goes well with purple. Orange and purple tractor. What rims? Purple rims? I like that. That's not too bad, actually. It's a bit distinct. We'll give it the 449 horsepower beans. Wheel setup, we'll go for rear twins. Yeah, rear twins, give it some purchase. Right, trailer, we need a trailer. Right, so I'm going to go for that Agroliner for the minute, which is that one. Some wide tyres. Rims. What colour rims should it have? Yellow rims. Done. Purchased it. Cultivator. We want the Amazon, don't we? 8 meters. Aye. Done. Not going to be able to take all that back in one go, am I? We'll stick with what we've got for now then. Because I'm going to have to bring the tractor back to get the cultivator. Having access to me fence as well would be nice. We've got a groovy new tractor, look. Badass. Purple and orange. It's got twin rear wheels. This is going to be our plough puller. Helper J has finished seeding. Excellent. Please get through the gate. Excellent. We'll put our brand new tippy trailer up here on our go fetch the cultivator. Well, I got a bit leery. Ooh. Look at the cap. Bit basic inside the tractor. Nice panoramic viewing though. Don't like machines with too much bulky framework that gets in the way of your vision. Hitch down there. It clashes a bit with the colour of the machinery, that's the only problem. Although some of the orange matches, some of the orange does match. Like the springs on the cultivator match my tractor. This time we'll take him and put him over here somewhere. You're going to need a bigger shed soon as well. I'm starting to get too much machinery. Problem. One cultivator. Right. You finished. Excellent. Take this back, give it a quick power wash, and then we need to get the loading wagon and get the straw picked up and sold. I'll probably do that off camera because I know it's a time-consuming job, and I must remember as well to get a suitable screenshot for the episode. Give me the power wash. Give the tractor a quick do. Give me cedar a do as well. Pop back in. I might park the cedar over here because that shed is getting too full, and it's near the refilling station, which might remind me that I need to fill it up. I ought to also think about getting a workshop, buying the workshop, so I can repair my vehicles without having to take them to the shop. Right, that's hooked up. Okay, I'm going to go collect that straw and then get that sold. I will be bringing you back in the next episode. So for now, for me, thank you all for watching. You've been a great audience again as usual. I hope you've enjoyed the episode. I hope you'll consider leaving your likes. I also hope you'll consider leaving your comments, questions, suggestions, feedback, etc. in the comment section down below. And if you've not already done so, please remember to smash that subscribe button. Smash that subscribe button. It really helps my channel to grow. For now, goodbye.